Yeah. Hey, buddy. I know I'm looking rough. Uh, some days just easier than others. And the older you get, the less easy days you're going to have. Just got to keep on putting one foot in front of the other. Oh, I was trying to think of, what else could I possibly talk to them about? Eh? Oh, I don't know, man. About war. War. War never changes. A lot of different theories about war. I will tell you mine, and my father, who actually was in war, I got these from him more or less. So, I mean, there's I'm sure a little bit of my personal philosophy in there, but war is hell. That's a famous quote. Second famous quote. Uh, why do we have war? Well, well, a lot of people will say that it's strictly over resources. If you ever look up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we have a certain order that we, generally or should satisfy our physical and then mental needs. Things like air, that's real basic. After you have air, you need shelter. You can die in 2 minutes without air, and without shelter, depending on the weather, you can die in 10 minutes. After you have shelter, you need water. You can only go 3 days or so, maybe 4 or 5, depending on the weather, humidity, temperature. But, water. After that, food. You gotta have food, but you can go a month without food. Easy. Maybe not easy, but you can do it. The human body can do it, generally speaking. And then after you got that, what else? What is there beyond that? Now, maybe I'm missing something, but once all your physical needs are met, it's the psychological needs. I'm not going to put them in any order, but love, safety, entertainment, meaning. Meaning's a big one. Understanding, trying to understand our world, but people don't fight wars over psychological needs, I would think, according to the resource theory. That's more about the physical. There are fatter cows over in that valley, so let's all get our spears, go over there and take those cows, and so they don't take the cows back, we'll put them in the ground. Now, humans are very good at war. Homo sapiens, very good at war. For most of our ancestors' existence, we were prey. By ancestors, I include things like Homo erectus and Homo this, Homo that, Homo ergaster, Homo Heidelberg, all those jokers, and not just our direct ancestors, but also our cousins, Neanderthals, and, Homo floresiensis, the hobbits. my favorite. So, the human body was uniquely designed for war. And I say that because one of the biggest tipping points in Homo sapiens versus every other species out there was the introduction of a range combat, bow and arrow, atlatl. You see evidence of spears and hand axes, flint tools in other species, but there is no evidence that they ever mastered ranged combat. And if Homo sapiens are the only ones who ever invented the bow and arrow, well, that's why there's only Homo sapiens left. Because for whatever reason, we went to war with them, at least on occasion. We probably lost sometimes, but eventually we won. I'm not saying that all the other species were made extinct by Homo sapiens. There were undoubtedly various external factors, climate change, species going extinct for reasons other than overhunting. But anyhow, the paleoanthropology is a fascinating field, son, and there's all sorts of speculation about Homo sapiens going to war, especially with like Neanderthals or what have you. Anyhow, to take us up to modern day, war. War is a really terrible thing. Killed a lot of your ancestors. One of the pivotal points in our family was when my mother's brother Corky died in Vietnam. And my father, your grandfather, was in Vietnam at the same time and actually flew Corky's body back. That had to be extremely difficult because my father was very fond of Corky. War is not a good thing. They want to say, they want to paint like there's glory in war. There's not. Those are tales told to young men so they'll go and die so that old men don't have to. That's the truth. Better you than me is the philosophy. But regardless of the origins, the morality of war, what's the best way to conduct war? And they will say, there should be rules, Geneva Convention, you shouldn't use landmines. That's hypocrites. You need to watch Apocalypse Now sometime. The original theatric version is fine. My father said that movie caught the spirit of Vietnam. Maybe not the actual actions, but the spirit of it. Just how weird it was. And sorry if my dogs are going nuts. But should you try to minimize casualties? It seems to me, as a student of history, the most humane way to wage a war is to wage it as quickly and efficiently as possible. Whether that's by degrading the enemy's military capabilities or the civilian populace psychological standing, or both. Hold on one second. Hey, y'all be quiet. Jesus Christ. Hush. That's new dog. Anyhow. What if during Vietnam, this is just an example. What if during Vietnam, we'd taken a page out of World War II, instead of island hopping, we had village hopped? What if we had village hopped and killed every man, woman, and chicken in that village? Our village got what, 100 people? Okay, 200. Okay, 200 people. That's a lot of people. That is a travesty. That is a terrible fucking thing. But how many lives would it have saved? How many innocent lives would it have saved? If the North Vietnamese morale had been destroyed, they'd retreated back to their villages to protect what was left, or to protect and fear that the Americans and South Vietnamese were going to be landing there next, so they couldn't contribute to the conventional army or the guerrilla warfare effort. Would the war have been over sooner? Would America have won? Would we have still lost 60,000 soldiers, your uncle being one of them? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in that position. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could kill somebody. Not in those circumstances. I mean, everybody could kill somebody, don't get me wrong. None of us are going to go to the grave saints if you get past 8 years old. I would not want to kill somebody under those circumstances. About the only people I can think of I'd want to kill would be a pedophile. But beyond that, if this country was invaded, yeah, I mean, I'd gather up what I could and go do my part, even though broken down old men like me ain't gonna do much. Guess I'd be cannon fodder. Need cannon fodder in the war. Oh yeah, look at Stalingrad. Wars of attrition. There's no easy answer, son. Truth is, the world's a dark, shitty place. And we have to make hard decisions sometimes. Nothing glorious about war. I'm glad I was never in it. Pray you and your siblings never are either. But wishing one hand, shitting the other, right? See which one fills up first. Short of some serious plague that kills a bunch of humans. No, I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about bubonic, something airborne. There's going to be war. This century, we still got, 75 years left or whatever, 76 years left in this century, but bad times are coming for America. You got people, I don't blame them, wanting to invade our country. And to come here to work, not enough work. Even less. Only so many jobs, only so many slices of the pie. Eventually, you got to withdraw and protect your own. You can't be helping other people. There's 3 people in a room, me, my son, and some other guy. Only 2 bottles of water. Well, I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that's me and my son who gets those 2 bottles of water. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. Anyhow. Yeah, watch Apocalypse Now. Watch The Road. Read The Road. Incredible book about a love a father has for his son. very much like the love I have for you. Have a great day, Storm.